Okay, so what we're going to do is take one of the cords with the clasp on it, and the clasp is curved. That's to follow the curve of the wrist. And what you're going to do is undo the clasp. It's not easy, and one end is going to be like a fork. Now we're going to take the two loose ends of the paracord bracelets, and it's okay that it's not even, and we're going to feed them through the fork like so. And we're going to pull it through. We're just pulling the cord through like this. And what we're going to do first is size the bracelet. So we may need to help the middle schoolers figure out what's the right length of bracelet we're going to have. And it's a little tricky, but if they put their hand down, they bring the clasp around. Actually, it's easier if you do the clasp first, like so. And then pull the cords. You want it to be tight enough that it won't come over their hand, just like that. But the bracelet will get wider as we do the braiding. So that's a good length where there's a couple fingers under the bracelet. We're going to do, this is tricky, you hold it, take the bracelet off. This is where you help the middle schooler, because these bracelets are tight, okay? And then this is what you have. Okay. So you want to have this be tight. These two cords are going to stay straight, and we're going to braid around those cords. We call this the core, the bracelet core, C-O-R-E. So now what we want to do now is decide if we want to have the bracelet be white down the center or pattern down the center. So I've started one, and this one right here has white down the center, and the back side has black down the center. So let's just start with, we'll start with doing this one with black down the center. So whatever color is going to be predominant, that's the cord we take first. This is a very simple pattern. We drape it over and we make a loop. Then we take the other cord, we go over that loop, over, under the two core cords, pull it through. I know it's a little hard to see, but what it looks like is a pretzel, which is what we're trying to show here is a pretzel. So once we do that loop once, we pull it tight, pull it tight. Okay. Ooh, that's a lot of work, but it's really pretty simple. We'll get this done really simply. So we went over the top first with black. Now we're going to do the same thing. Our first loop, which is always going to be the black cord now because we chose black to go over, goes over the two cords. The second one goes over that loop, under the two middle cords, and then you pull it tight. Okay. And as you pull it tight, you want to get them close to the prior ones. Okay. It doesn't look like much yet, but then we just keep doing it. We go cross over, take the second one, go over that loop, under the two core. Okay, got the pretzel, and we pull. Okay. So then after a while, you see the pattern going. Always start with the black, go over, under the two middle cords, and pull it tight. Okay. Voila. Okay. So what I want to encourage you to do as you're watching this is as soon as you feel comfortable doing this, you will be able to zoom ahead. But if you're not comfortable, I encourage you to rewind and just learn this pattern. Okay, you cross over, second cord goes over, under the two middle cords, and pull it tight. When you pull it tight, pull it against that last one, just like that. Okay? So we're making one. This one's going to have black around the middle, and when you flip it together, that's curved. That says that the white is on the inside. Okay, so that's going to have a black in the middle and a white on the outside. So it looks pretty nice. Okay, we'll do a few more, and then we'll zoom ahead. Okay. Right, since we're doing black down the middle, black comes over first. White's going to go under that one, under the two quarts. Oops, I missed my picture up. This is like a half hitch, or I like to think of it as it looks like a pretzel. Before you tighten it, it looks like a piece of pretzel dough. Nice and salty and buttery. Alright? So, it doesn't take long to finish, but I'm going to do like they do in the cooking shows. And I'm going to, oh, look, we take it out of the oven and here we are. So here we've got a bracelet, and this is actually, we were doing white down the middle. So we're going to finish this one, because this is the next thing you need to learn. Okay, white's going over the top. So white comes over the top. The second one crosses over, under the two cord, pull it tight. Okay. And as we get close to the end, we're anticipating how many more crossovers are we going to do, and we're going to fit before we get to the second part of the clasp. We'll probably have 3 more to go. Pulling it tight. Okay. Go over, under, and through. See, it's more compact. Alright, and then we're going to fit one more in there. I'm pulling these together, making it nice and tight. We're going to go over, under, around the back side, and through. Okay, let's just take a look. And you know what? We're going to tie one more because we have. So white's going to come over. This goes under, over the white, behind the two core cords, and we're going to pull it tight. All right. This is where the adult supervision now comes in. This is what the middle schoolers will do. Okay. It's all nice and tight. Now, we are going to use our scissors and we're going to use our lighter, and we'll do one at a time. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut off this excess. We're going to leave it between 1/4 inch and 1/8 of an inch right here. Okay. And cut it off. Now this is nylon, and when you get it hot, it will melt. And when it melts, it's hot. And you don't want to touch it with your skin, or it will stay on your skin. So what we do is we light our lighter. Okay, and we bring this to the lighter. We don't bring the flame to the nylon. And you can start to see it melting. And we want to do it very slow and gently because we don't want to over melt anything. All right, now you can kind of see it getting glossy. And what we want to do is once it's like that, we want to push on it, not with our skin, but with the lighter. And what it does is it creates a little mushroom top. And that helps keep it from unraveling. Okay, so it is warm. And again, I recommend that the leaders do this. Okay, we're going to cut this one, leaving about 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch. All right, you see that? Now we're going to light this. Bring the cord to the lighter, slowly. Now the nylon can catch fire, but just take the flame off and push on it and it won't be an issue at all. There we go, it's starting to melt. You can see it bubbling and glistening. All right,
Then we push on it, and that creates a little mushroom. Just hold it for a second. All right. Okay, that's a little big mushroom. Okay. That's a little big, but all I'm going to do is I am just going to trim it. This is totally discretionary. It's for appearance. Just because it's a little big.